After the game, Ron Rivera blows up at the media, upset that Carson Wentz is taking criticism, or the suggestion out there that Wentz wasn't a Ron Rivera decision, that was a Dan Snyder decision. And it's just one of those cases where it's such an outrageous reaction that it feels like it's either desperation from Ron Rivera or it feels like it's an act, it's a show. He blows up, and maybe we can play this clip if we have it, on the media that suggests that Carson Wentz, after another awful night, 99 yards in a victory, as the Commanders win 12-7 over an equally as hampered offense of the Chicago Bears, that Wentz, he made the decision, he went through the film, he looked at the data, and he wants Carson Wentz as well. And anybody that suggests something else is not fair to Carson Wentz. Here's that clip from last night.
Honestly, I'm gonna speak my mind for a second. It's been hard. It really has. You lose 4 games in a row, and everybody wants to get you, just get on you. And they've played their asses off. They have. They played their asses off for everybody. They come out and they show up. They work hard. All right. They don't complain. Okay. They hear all this stuff and they got to deal with it. I get that. And I respect them for that because they're resilient. They come back. Everybody keeps wanting to say, I didn't want anything to do with Carson. Well, I'm the guy that pulled out the sheets of paper, that looked at the analytics, that watched the tape in the when we were at Indianapolis. Okay? And that's what pisses me off. Because the young man doesn't deserve to have that all the time. I'm sorry, I'm done.
So there's 2 things there that Ron Rivera is discussing, and they're actually not really that connected. Number one, Washington fans have been beaten down by bad football, so you lose 4 games in a row, your offense stinks, and you could understand the criticism and the vitriol from Washington fans, more nonsense, another lost season. And what Rivera is saying is basically they hear it all and they're not complaining. They're coming to work. We're giving good effort. I'm proud of my guys, which is fine. If you've got people working under you and you see them busting their ass and you hear them criticize, you're going to then want to defend them. That's fine. But in one fell swoop, he goes into, no, I wanted Carson Wentz here, which is a totally different critique. That's not the same as this team has given up or the same old nonsense. Now it becomes a visceral defense of Carson Wentz, which to me suggests that Rivera is either combining the two, that he's frustrated his team is taking a lot of criticism despite trying hard, and he's frustrated by the quarterback, or the defense of the quarterback has to be as loud as anything else because the quarterback is so sensitive. I mean, come on. When a really good quarterback is criticized because he's playing poorly, a coach doesn't need to stamp his feet, to yell and scream about how much he wanted him. You don't worry if Patrick Mahomes gets criticized. You don't worry if Tom Brady gets criticized. You don't worry about guys that can handle it because that's what their makeup is. That's what their DNA is. I don't think John Harbaugh worries when Lamar Jackson is called by many limited passer, can't win a Super Bowl with him, won't be good in the playoffs, yada. I don't think Harbaugh goes into these animated defenses of his quarterback. I don't think the Chargers ever feel like they need to go to bat for Justin Herbert. Now, Herbert hasn't taken a lot of criticism over the course of his career, but the point is that being that loud about, I wanted him, it's not fair to this guy, blah, blah, blah. The volume's so loud, it's for a reason. And either the walls are closing in on Ron Rivera or he's so worried about Carson Wentz going into the tank. And I think it's the latter. I think the way Carson is, nice guy, softy. And the fact that Nick Foles got the championship that should have been his, in his mind, And now he's into another city. Last owner booted him out of town, don't want him, don't like him. Now a new fan base saying don't want him, don't like him. Now the story is that even his head coach didn't want him, that there was an owner's pick. It becomes Carson Wentz is a womp womp. Womp womp. Oh, man, nobody wants me. Oh, man, nobody likes me. Oh, man, oh, shucks. Even my coach doesn't like me. And so Rivera's got to go crazy. No, I wanted him. I watched the film on him. This was my decision, too. It just seems to me to be a bit of a show. He threw for 99 yards last night. This is the night you want to defend him against what you feel is unfair criticism? I mean, okay. You might want to pick your spots, because when he throws for 300 yards in a loss, what are you going to say then? You can't yell as loudly. Threw for 99 yards. Come on.